Do you need? I'll take a look at.
I'll be keep
about the seashells. Thank you. You know, this might be the most humble gift. Truthfully, I was somewhat skeptical of whether you were and for that, I am deeply grateful. I've always had though upon reflection, I confess I found his conversations I'm sorry to cut this visit short, but there is something but I'd really love it if you visited again. Oh, that sounds delightful. The South is supposed to be famous for its breathtaking landscapes. But so far, the only thing that's taken my... Oh, I know. When we came here with Duncan, I noticed we could go there, make it a proper outing. Maybe a picnic. That sounds charmingly Absolutely. I've longed to leave these four walls. Let's depart. Ah, this is quite an endearing spot, albeit rather windy. And the deck, I must confess, that ghastly statue had entire... Now, what shall we talk about? You know almost everything there is to know about me. And yet, tell me, have you always... And you just agree? Oh, you poor dear. We must work on your confidence. Trust me, no... Ah, I suppose we all do, one way or another. I must confess, this I cannot deny, having led a rather sheltered existence. You must have found me... That's rather encouraging, I suppose. It is essential, isn't it? Not indeed. Much of this transformation I owe to you. Let us propose a toast, shall we? To new beginnings and the rich tapestry of life that we can... Now, I must admit, I've been positively aching. Your life appears so fabulous. So, do tell me, what's the most exciting thing? Oh, you flatterer. That's rather obvious, isn't it? Have you encountered any other cat? Oh, no. Don't tell me that ridiculous little legend the locals... I do adore a bit of folklore, but to actually believe it, unthinkable. Oh, you poor thing, that's terrible. Oh, and here although, I suspect there's far more to this strange marine Don't be coy, darling. You should know by now that I rarely do. Besides, the evenings here are indeed rather slow. So now, I've had a lovely time, but it's getting late, and I'd rather not. I do hope we can do this again some. Oh, you've arrived. Marvelous. Today, I have crafted something quite special just for you. Well, yes, but not this one, my dear. This one is extraordinary, and not exactly fitting for the... Nevertheless, I'm confident it will look splendid on you. Besides, I designed it to be practical as well as... What? No, of course not. Perish the thought. And I am not averse to the idea... What? Certainly not. Don't be preposterous. Blushing is a pastime for me blushing. Really? You seek flattery now? There's a raw, untamed quality about you that Beyond that, I find your company immensely enjoyable. It may not seem like much. Then I'm relieved to hear that. Well, if you'll pardon my bold... And then, perhaps we could... Darling, I must say, I do hope you don't have to rush off just... How marvelous! In fact, I've been meaning to suggest this mansion is rather grand for just one person. I don't know if you already have... Oh, darling, you know I never do anything I'm not absolutely certain about. And let me assure you, I moved in with Duncan without knowing him at all. So sharing... Oh, think nothing of it. I'd simply love to have you around more. And to get the interior is charming enough. Yes, the view is divine and the beach is pleasant. But we can't very well... Oh, and imagine a garden. It would be so lovely to... No need to worry, my dearest. I've already drawn up a list of all... Oh, and it's going to be simply magnificent.
Did you hear? Looks like we've taken in some, this time, from the Forlorn Swords. And good for them. As far as I'm concerned, the Horns of the South can... Aye.
Sometimes it's not.
Go on then.
mind your step.
It's nice to have a break. Aye, I'm sorry to tell you, but this... You might as well ask me to hammer a piece of glass.
Ah, is there anything more romantic than a proper garden? Imagine it's time for me to sink my fingers into the fresh soil. It can't be too hard, can it? If the peasants... The pond is certainly a choice. Well, to be honest, I only hope nothing lays eggs in... Darling, the workshop is simply magnificent. Oh, just imagine I hope you're prepared, dearest, because soon everyone will be... Darling, I must admit, the work you've done around the house is tremendous. Dare I say, and while I may have exuded cheer and enthusiasm, deep down I wasn't... But now, I suppose, it's grown on me. I'm glad to be here, and I'm... What impeccable timing! I was just about to set this aside.
We don't get me.
You're right. Be careful. The road. If it's important, speak up. I've got work to do.
Step closer. I won't bite. Good to see you, stranger. Not many. A weird night hit, and I ran out of cobweb. I'm Kedron of the Volca tribe, by the way. And you're clearly... Just don't tell me you're a Camelotian spy. I'll fight you. Bold of you. If I weren't injured, but since you're already here, and I need some time to... And to answer the question you haven't asked yet, yes, there's something in it for you. Like not being killed. Oh, you could, but you wouldn't get far. I need you to find Gerfan and inform him of my situation. He's also the one who can grant you safe passage through our lands. So, you're a real wanderer then. You've seen a thing or two, and you've met Garth. That man and the capital. They're both real. How's the old wolf doing? No, don't. Ah, I'll be fine. Just make sure Gerfan knows what... Gerfan is the voice of the tribes. Chosen long ago. They say Mather herself, blessed, but I'll give him this. The tribes are too busy tearing each other apart. Those days of sitting together, there's no future left. Still, a gathering of the Dalrita used to happen in times of peace or war, but there hasn't been one in years. Not since the fall of the Gun. From long ago, from back, I was there when Tankard slammed in unity. Garth trusted me, told me things, but things change. You'll meet plenty of... Sure, no need to gossip. Though I'll admit, it was nice talking... Hey, you there. Non-Rita. Spare a moment, will you? Step closer.
think you lost your way. This is the village of the Sven tribe. Whatever. Then maybe you'll find something, especially since you have the seal and all. What's the message? I doubt the chieftain has time for that right now, but you could deliver the message if he even agrees to see. The path is open, but don't stay too long.
A face I don't... Counting the years, naming... Stones remember what we've... Births, deaths, oaths. The things that matter more than whoever shouting the loudest at... Parchment rots, ink stone stays where you leave it. Even if the village burns, a stone half buried will still speak if someone listens. Nothing is ever truly gone. You can chisel out a name, but the scar stays. Maybe, but be careful of what you ask to... No name, no tale, the stone will bear it, if... You picked a damned bad time. Outsiders in the village are rarely good news. But now... Sure, that's what all outsiders say. Until trouble. Anyway, watch yourself. One wrong move, and you'll have more than just me to deal with. Our whole village will be on. What do you want? We haven't even buried the bodies yet. And you're all... Here's some advice. It's not your business. No. Sometimes we shoot them on sight. Especially if they look like Camelosian spies. Find a tall rock and... no. There's...
Outsider. You chose the... tell me. So, you hunt, even when you don't need to? I'll never understand people like you. Trying to understand. Someone's been hunting in our woods. It's slaughter. They leave carcasses to rot. Pierce the head. Wouldn't say no to that. Normally I'd go myself. No time for hunting. Fine. Bring me the head of that butcher, whoever it is, and I'll make... I'm Vesna. I try. Vragi and I got lucky. I'm trying to take care of those who don't. I talk less. I spend most of my time alone. I'm used to keeping... Vragi talks enough for... Be careful. If you need something, speak. So, it was one of the stag slaughtering most of our village wasn't enough. He had to butcher the animals to scum. I'll toss his head out to rot. Let the worms feed on it. Here, you've done a good thing. Be careful on the...
You came late. Some of us stayed. If you're looking for survivor, our god rose and half the village went with him. Away forever. My sons are gone. I buried what I could. Now I pray. I was raised to worship. If a god calls you home, if he leaves you standing, I buried the body. I will mend the... I will plant what seed. There's nothing else to do. Keep...
And who might you be? Are you the mess? If she's right for once, well, that'd be a... Ah, perhaps that's for the best. I'm Barlam, the chieftain. Welcome to this... Can't you see? I won't speak of it further. See this? What? He fought bravely, to the very end. It's a damn shame his god failed him. You just had to be stubborn. Hey, no point wasting breath. What's done is done. Let me guess. He wants to call the moot. Not because I want to. I know the moot is sacred law. But above that law is my... And as you can see, I've failed. Not having a tribe is what's holding me back. Can you turn back time? I don't know you. And if Gerfan thinks I'll trust someone from outside the tribes on him... But I do have a solution. Find Kjell. If she vouches for you, I'll honor the voice of the tribe's request. And I'll let you help her. She should be nearby. She'll have a task for you. Something... Once that's done, meet me here. Maybe then I'll...
What do you want? Well then, the two of you aren't talking. I don't know you, and I'm not vouching for you. Wait, hold on. One of our hunters went to the cave nearby, and has... With everything that happened here, I forgot all about him. And don't come back. Because someone has to stay here and keep an eye. Good. No need to linger. Well then, wait, one of with it and good. No need. What do you want? What? You went to the bottomless cave? And you made it out alive? Yeah, I wanted to get rid of you. But you've proven you have what matters most to the swine. Strength of... Go talk to Barlam, our chieftain. He'll... I can't tell you more than that. Break a leg.
Kill you, maybe. For the fact that you're still breathing. You survived Kjell's trial, which means you've proven yourself. The Stagfather happened. A bunch of fanatics. They claimed that when he arrived, he would devour everyone, then choose his own and grunt. And that's how the story of the Svine tribe. He is our most important god. The one we worship. He watched over us, blessed us with an abundance of game. But, as it often happens, some and the first group decided that the rest were unworthy of the Stagfather's grace. The faithful joined him. One of ours, Gudri, did something completely suicidal. He accepted the god into his body and is trying to keep him contained. We don't have much time before the stag... And trust me, mixing the old gods with the weirdness, we have to act quickly. Although... out of the question. If we don't deal with the Stagfather, what happens? And the only thing that's happened so far is you proving you don't bow. Now, I need someone willing to... Well, that's a good question. Because I have no idea. Gudri won't be able to hold on much longer. Go find Glirna. She must know something. She's the shamaness serving the damned. We may not like each other, but I know Glirna isn't a fanatic. If you need to get ready, go see Hjarn. He'll help you with your gear. There's still the cook, Sagar. You could talk to him too. You can sleep in any of the... I'm sure their previous owners won't mind. Glirma is our old soothsayer. Very old. When I was a kid, that hag was already... Her fate has tangled our paths. And we have no...
You looking to buy hides?
I don't mind. The god, because the god, sitting in silence. That thing that attacked us, it felt. Watch your step.
A visit. Times are hard, so people are cautious. But I've seen plenty in my time. And I must admit, I'm also somewhat curious. Years have passed. Not anymore. It's been years since I last... Not that I don't want to, when you've spent as much time in the wilderness, but I just can't... Has anyone ever... It's what happens to Sven hunters who spend too much time in the local woods. Not much, just a trace. Not even enough to make you... They turn violent, start attacking their own, and that's when they're cast out into the wood. Aye, and it's not unfounded. I did. He was 2 years older than me. He could pick up a trail even if it was buried under a meter. No one but us knew what was happening. He never came back from the next one. He didn't want... Well, you've only been here a short time, and you're right. Svarric never got the chance for an honorable death. I doubt you'd be able to find my brother after all this time. It's kept in the barrow of the Horned Shadow. By wearing it, the leader of the hunt is supposed to gain the strength, agility. That would mean a lot to me. I doubt Svarric can still get a good death, but at least you'd still need the mask, and the barrow is a dangerous place. It's been abandoned for years. Are you sure you want to risk? You've got the courage of a hunter. I can... What brings you... As you can see, I've got a...
forest whispered. The fire. In my dreams, I hear the crack of sea. The horned god, cursed with pain and blood, tears at the bonds I used to bind him. Soon, he will break free. And then we shall pay for... He cannot be healed. He will not forgive us. To do that, I need a fragment of his original self. The first truth. It will remind him of who he once was. Bind his essence to the first offering, long enough for me to complete the rite that will... It's hidden, tied to the places where we once worshipped the horned god. 3, each one... Once all 3 fall, the 4th shrine... Go, but be warned. The shrines are no longer sacred. My disciples. After the Gunvalda massacre, I and the others who served the horned god could not bear. The most devout called upon the old powers out of grief, and he did. They opened a door, and I didn't think they'd reach so deep into the dark. Yes, Gudri, he reached for blood and bone, and let me turn. I sealed it with wards, like a cage of thorns. And when that happens, if you want to bind a god, you use old songs stolen from the dead. The horned god in his hate-twisted form, the finest warriors of the spine. It's the horned god's domain. Once, it was lush and alive. I doubt it still is. Fate has brought... I knew you'd succeed. There's no time left. The horned god is tearing Gudri's body apart. I must begin the ritual. But I fear he may be too blind. Your path leads to the unrealm of the hunt. If you can weaken him, if you... Oh, child, we both know you're not in... I understand. He's the chieftain, and whatever is going through your mind right now, there is no other option. If you need to prepare, go. But remember, you're not going there to bring death to the horned god. That's when the trophy will speak, and I will close the gate. Take care. The horned god...
Maybe he can. But so what? Besides, if you ask me, it was foolish of my ancestors. They didn't know what they were doing or what the consequences would be. If they'd known what would happen, I'm sure they'd have left him back in the homelands. We need to get rid of that damn thing once and for all. Even if it means the woods stay empty, I won't let my people live in fear anymore. For too long, my Gudry must die. And when he does, the Stagfather will show himself. Not on my own, of course. From what I understand, the fight has to take place in 2 realms. And I already know you can walk that. You'll kill the Stagfather in that realm. And my people and I will take care. We need to break free from this curse once and for all. Do this for me. It won't. We know too much. I won't lie. Your fight will be the toughest. Let me know when you're ready. It's time to end.
Fate follow.
By what right do you tread in my realm, blasphemer? They will forget me. And that is the true death.
been. And
So you already know I fought. We all did. We hunted the... You know what's the worst part? Some of those lunatics who summoned the I'd snap their necks with my... Barlam forbade it. He doesn't want to risk, as if glaring his loons could do anything to me. But you're not one of the tribe. Barlam's... They're in the woods. West of here, not far. Not even get rid of them. Avenge the Sva... Glad you see it that way. Have you dealt with them? Shame I didn't get to see them die. Thanks. Break a leg.
So, looks like fate itself decided to push you my way. But Kedron, that's grim news. He may be blunt as a broken axe. If he sent a non-Rida in his place, then he knew he was dying. I won't let that go to waste. Truth is, I'd sent him to do the very same task I've just laid before you. Gather the tribes, call the moot. Now you know how important this is. Yes? Who have you managed? How did you manage to convince the Twoid tribe? They've always... You've done the impossible. And I want to give you an... Here. A part to the king's armor they were tasked with guarding. Could it be that the Volker have uncovered... Unbelievable. Of all the tribe, take these pieces of the king's armor. Once. A gift in return for the help you gave him. My own brother. And this. Yes, that's Darvan for you. As stubborn as the... Of course they had to choose him as the... And without the Ulfra tribe, I can't see this war happening. We might as well march on Camelot with our... The Svein are hunters and guardians of forest devilry, if you ask me. Dangerous enough for us to keep... Yes?
his burden, the man beneath. I am the face that time forgot.
First, you used these people to win yourself a kingdom, and now you herded them here under threat of being stomped to death by giants if they leave or disobey. After all that they've gone through, all that they've done, all that they've suffered, this is how you intend to repay them?
No kingdom will stand with people like them within its borders. They would have to change their ways. The Delrita are not ready for this. You know this.
You did worse than all of them combined, and you are the one responsible for all they've done so far. They fought for your name and under your banners. Does this mean you're not fit to be a king? Not ready to have a kingdom?
I left the heritage of Pendragon behind me. I severed the ties between myself and my tribe. I lost all that tied me to the past when I became king. I set a new path for myself. They are not ready to do that.
Bullshit! You forced them to go against their sacred traditions. You destroyed their identities. They betrayed their comrades because you ordered them to. They kidnapped the children of the giants because you told them to do it. Everything they did was so that you could win this war. And now what? You're going to punish them for being your best, fiercest soldiers, most loyal of your men?
This is not...
Oh, stop with your excuses already. You broke them, and now you're abandoning them to starve or freeze to death in these damned lands.
This kingdom needs to be built on peace, Caradoc. Letting them live among merchants, lords, and ladies in Camelot or Timberwall. How would that go?
Exactly as anyone would expect it to go.
So we would end up with a civil war. Right after we won the war that almost annihilated us all.
Oh, damn you. I've had enough. I stood by you through everything. Even what you did to me. The seawall. I let it all slide. I told myself it was for something. For a noble cause. But this is where I draw the line. I renounce my oaths, and I'm walking away. Put a blade in my back if that helps you sleep. I don't care. Not anymore.
Now I remember. I left the best of my people here. Everything. This land. There is no way. I know. I see it now. And it was my decision. I may have been right about the diagnosis. Now the tribes helped us win the war. They were fearless and followed, but I left them broken. I had to do something. The giants sided with our enemy. We had to find a way to remove them from the... So, under cover of night, the tribes stole their children. One of the most humiliating moments of that whole war. Caradoc had the clearest eyes of any of us. And I think I destroyed that. Destroyed him with all I did. I turned him. He used to carry hope. Now all he carries is... I come from the Pendragon bloodline. A heritage that pillaged and fought in the homelands for longer than anyone can remember. And unable to build, I decided to leave it behind me when we won the war against the Four Dwellers. And built. Now we've seen that my bloodline must have... There's nothing left. Nothing worth saving. Nothing worth rebuilding. I gave everything I had to this land. My blood. I betrayed the ones who believed in me. I turned away from my own blood to build something better. And all I built was another... Do what you want. There's nothing about this land. All I've ever done got turned into dust. Corrupted against my intention. Future King, you return. Speak your will through the mortal you... Is it time for us? We have waited for this moment, for we shall return to the home. We are grateful, for your will shall be.
We are ready to begin the moot. We were only waiting for your return.
You were strong enough to walk the king's thread. What is your will, my king? What decision? I understand. We had the chance to end the war once and for all. I only hope that the threat of the weirdness is real enough that and not, once again, to thank you, my king, for your intervention. I, the voice of the Dalrida tribe.
It is you. I wasn't expecting such a grandeur, and I see that you were brought here. That's kind of you, stranger. But these halls ain't fit to welcome a king. Ah, right. Sometimes I forget that not everything's as clear as it once was. Truth be told, back to the point. My name is Gavonin. The pleasure is mine, kind lad. And your... This, kind lad, is that there was once a grim legend that claimed this tomb was built out of fear. Fear of an ancient chief foretold that all the great knights who were denied the king's favour and honours would rise. They would march on Camelot, seize the capital, shatter the round table to dust, defile. But those are just stories from the old. This tomb opens only for two kinds of brave souls, and the king himself. I've been sitting here long enough to know what kind of knight visits the tomb. And you're... No. I would cease to... I'm bound here by an oath, but it is perfectly fine. It is... Anyone who finds their way here and rests like that calls for a proper gravestone. They also bring battle-scarred equipment. My hammer mends what needs mend, and the dead? Well, someone to watch over them. Really kind of you, lad, but no. You see, I once made a habit of carving gravestones in advance, so that any knight arriving here, unfortunately, it slipped and fell all the way into the depths. Clang, clang, clang. If you could find it, I would be... If we do not speak of them, then we won't stir. The dead prefer silence. That's not the... Hope you find something worth your time.
Kept us. Your tombs gathered. Best tidy up a little. Ah, of course. Of all, when you finally join us, you'll tell us what it was like to hear his voice. I won't deny my envy, but in death, I've no need. But yes, you're right. I suppose I've been resting in a tomb for the past, unless of course you're pointing out that I'm, in which case, fair enough. I came to this tomb of my own accord. I knew our time was drawing to a close. I had a few words with Govanon and then headed to with my own gravestone on my back. Sometimes, when I killed 5 knights. Each one stood higher. 4 I cut down. The last I drowned in a river. He was quite the burden to repent for. Fine lad. If someone's to watch over, I imagine long ago he had more. I see. You pity the wretch who never reached, but I propose something fairer. If I lose with dignity, I am all yours. But if you fall, then you'll lie in the tomb that's been waiting. So, splendid. As I promised. Here is my oath. I shall be ready to fight at your side whenever. Thank you.